Thank you very much. Republican Congressman Tom McClintock of California sits on the House Judiciary Committee right on time to get his response on this. You know, Jerry Nadler, your chairman, has been quite vocal. We'll get to that in a moment. But I just want to get your first thoughts on whether this helps or hurts Democrats.
That's a good question, and I don't know. I think ultimately it's going to hurt them because, and I think part of their reluctance to move forward is knowing the other shoe's about to fall. The Inspector General has been looking into the genesis of this phony Steele dossier that was used by the highest-ranking officials in the Department of Justice, the FBI, our intelligence agencies, first to interfere with our own presidential election in 2016, and when they failed to succeed at that, then to undermine the constitutionally elected president. This is being investigated by the U.S. Attorney. The relevant documents are being declassified, so there's going to be a lot of sunlight shed on this, not to mention the Senate Judiciary Committee under Lindsey Graham looking at it. So the other shoe's about to fall on this, and I think it's going to be devastating to the Democrats.
You know, Congressman McClintock, I'm so happy to have you on the program because this burning question was going on for me yesterday, and that is just simply this. If, in fact, you change the rules or change the law and we no longer have an independent counsel, we have a special counsel, is it time to revisit that look? When you have a situation where you didn't get a thumbs up or thumbs down necessarily on some of the issues, but what you got was toss it over to Congress.
Well, and I reject the premise that Mueller put forward that he could not recommend prosecution because a sitting president cannot be indicted. Well, that's horse manure. Any president can be indicted after they leave office. We paid Robert Mueller and his team $25 million and gave them 22 months to make a case against the president, and they didn't because they couldn't. And now he's trying to hide behind this pettifoggery of DOJ regulations. I find it disgusting, and it reinforces my position. He needs to come before the Congress and answer for his conduct.
So you don't think the whole notion of special counsel is broken? You just say that in this one, and I don't want to put words in your mouth, but in this particular instance, you need to hear from this former special counsel because he's quit, so we know he's former now.
I don't like the idea of any official who is accountable to no one, and that is essentially the special counsel. So I'm not really comfortable with that to begin with. But what I'm very uncomfortable about is Robert Mueller's conduct in that position, and now taking the stand that, oh, well, he's not going to take questions from the press. He's not going to take questions from the Congress. He's above all that. Well, I'm sorry, that's not the way this process works.
Well, it's interesting because he's about to become a private citizen. So it does change the game in terms of being able to subpoena him, I would think. I want to get quickly to Chairman Jerry Nadler and what he says about how it's now up to Congress to act, and get your reaction. Watch, please.
Special Counsel Mueller was unable to pursue criminal charges against the president because Department of Justice policy prevents a sitting president from being prosecuted. That policy, in my opinion, is wrong, but it prevented the special counsel from pursuing justice to the fullest extent possible. Therefore, as Mueller again highlighted this morning, it falls to Congress to respond to the crimes, lies, and other wrongdoing of President Trump. We will do so.
So what really caused it? Was it that there was no evidence, or was it what Chairman Nadler says in terms of, well, you couldn't prosecute it?
Well, good luck trying to prosecute obstruction of justice when the president, the administration did absolutely nothing to interfere with the investigation. They turned over more than 1 million pages of documents. They responded to every request that was made by the special counsel. The president even waived executive privilege and attorney-client privilege to allow Don McGahn to testify for 30 hours. And there was no underlying crime to begin with. So good luck making an obstruction case. I think that is ultimately why Mueller decided to punt, because he could not make such a case with a straight face.
Wow. And around we go. So appreciative to have you on to pull through it for us. Representative McClintock, thank you for your time.